Today's episode brings you 5 stories that trace the electric evolution: GM's new battery messaging, a final hypercar delivery, Porsche's Cayenne EV configurator, Kia and Hyundai's V2H moves for the US, and rising anxiety over China EV profitability for 2026. Clear signals on technology, luxury, retail, and market health. Welcome back to Autonews Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. Let's dive into today's headlines. General Motors is talking up a new chapter in its battery story. Mark Roos has been outlining GM's approach to what the company calls LMR batteries, positioning them as an important piece of GM's broader electrification roadmap. The discussion is less about a single technical breakthrough and more about how battery architecture, supply chain choices, and manufacturing strategy fit together to lower costs, improve vehicle integration, and support the company's product plans. Why this matters? Batteries remain the central constraint on EV volume, range, and cost across the industry. When a major OEM spends time explaining a battery strategy, it signals where investment, supplier relationships, and factory priorities will land. For customers and suppliers, the messaging also provides clues about what to expect in the next generation of models, whether those advances show up as longer range, faster charging, lower sticker prices, or simply more consistent production ramp-ups. For investors and competitors, the way GM frames LMR is a metric to measure the company's confidence in meeting ambitious electrification targets without forcing disruptive changes to its existing manufacturing footprint. Moving from mass-market tech to ultra-luxury, the final Bugatti Bolide has been delivered, closing a chapter on one of the most extreme hypercars of recent years. The Bolide was always designed as a limited showcase vehicle, and the completion of deliveries marks both a technical and symbolic milestone for the marquee. For Bugatti collectors, the final delivery underscores how limited-run models act as halo projects, engineering exercises that push power, weight reduction, and aerodynamic boundaries while reinforcing brand exclusivity. There are broader implications for the high-end market. These limited-series, high-cost cars operate in a different rhythm than mainstream models. Production is bespoke, demand is shaped by collectors, and the financials contribute to brand prestige more than volume. As luxury brands increasingly balance electrification with heritage and performance, the completion of a project like the Bolide also invites questions about how Marquez will translate extreme combustion engine achievements into the EV era, and how collector demand will evolve as electrified hypercars become technically feasible and increasingly desired. Shifting toward premium volume brands, Porsche has opened its online configurator for the Cayenne EV, moving another prominent model into the digital retail era. An online configurator does more than let buyers pick paint and trim. It's a direct channel that shapes how customers engage with brand options, pricing transparency, and order timing. For a high-value SUV like the Cayenne EV, the configurator also lets Porsche test demand signals, observe option popularity, and fine-tune logistics for the EV transition. For dealers and customers, the configurator changes the dynamic of purchase conversations. Dealerships will need to adapt their sales processes to accommodate informed customers who arrive with near-final configurations and expectations about delivery. For Porsche, offering the Cayenne EV configurator early can accelerate order flow and give the company richer data about consumer preferences, which feeds back into production scheduling and supply chain planning. This move reflects a broader trend. Premium brands are accelerating digital tools to complement physical showrooms as electrification reshapes both product and purchase pathways. From configuring cars to powering homes, Kia and Hyundai are bringing vehicle-to-home capabilities into the U.S. market with the EV6 and Ioniq 9. V2H systems allow EVs to supply electricity back to a home or building, offering customers a new use case for vehicle batteries beyond driving. For consumers, that capability can deliver backup power during outages and provide potential financial benefits by shifting energy use away from peak price hours, depending on local electricity tariffs and grid conditions. On an industry level, wider adoption of V2H changes the value proposition of EV ownership and pushes automakers into conversations they haven't traditionally led: energy services, grid interactions, and partnerships with utilities or energy providers. For policymakers and grid operators, increasing numbers of vehicles capable of two-way power flow introduces both opportunity and complexity. Opportunity to leverage distributed storage for resilience and demand management, and complexity around standards, safety protocols, and incentives. The arrival of V2H-capable mainstream models in the U.S. is a step toward integrating personal vehicles into broader energy ecosystems. Before we get to our most signed-on story of the day, a brief request. If you find these daily updates useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps us keep bringing the news to you. Finally, the most widely followed story right now. China's electric vehicle sector is facing profit headwinds that are feeding market anxiety about what 2026 might bring. Profit pressures in China's EV industry are not a single company problem. They reflect an environment of intense competition, price-sensitive consumers, and rising costs in areas like raw materials and R&D. That squeeze on margins has investors and industry watchers questioning whether the rapid growth seen in recent years can continue without consolidation or significant strategic adjustments. For global markets, the situation in China matters because the country is both the largest market and a major manufacturing hub for EVs and component suppliers. If profitability tightens further, it could reshape global supply chains, influence the pace of new model launches, and affect how much capital manufacturers can reinvest into next-generation technologies. The consequences may include greater collaboration between automakers and suppliers to control costs, shifts toward premium or differentiated offerings to protect margins, or a wave of strategic alliances and consolidation as companies look for scale and efficiency. At a policy level, governments that have supported EV adoption through incentives and regulatory mandates will be watching closely. A less profitable domestic EV sector could prompt recalibrations in subsidy programs, adjustments to industrial policy, or new measures designed to sustain long-term competitiveness. For automakers and suppliers outside China, the developments there will be a crucial input to planning, from pricing and product strategies to where and how to locate new factories and validate sourcing relationships. Thank you for spending part of your day with Autonews Daily. I'm Leah Morgan. See you tomorrow.